it's diaperperv, and we've got baby Donny from Tumblr and IG, and where else are you on?
FetLife, and yeah, that's I think kind of where I'm at. Oh, with Diaper Boys.
Diaper Boys.
Yeah.
Place where I'm not allowed.
Yes, only boys only. It was Little Rascals, where it was the He-Man woman hating club or something like that.
What?
You haven't seen that? It's no. Like, it was made in the 90s. The one with Whoopi Goldberg.
Today's topic is finding an ABDL mommy and or daddy and what not to do.
And then we'll give suggestions at the end.
Oh, of course.
Right, okay.
Lots of suggestions.
Cool.
Not that I have any. I have none.
No, well, I think we could figure out some stuff and
figure out stuff.
The best route to accomplish that.
Right, because I've seen lots and lots of ABDL couples out there, and they should share their success stories. Like, I love hearing about them.
If we, have any other people that have had some successes in finding what they're looking for, like, that'd be great to hear some comments and share your stories and everything like that. What have you seen babies do online for looking for a mommy that...
Oh, geez. So much stuff that you should not do. These are examples of what I see that are not working. First of all, they go on other people's videos or pictures or threads or whatever on all the social media platforms, and they go, yeah, I can't find a mommy. Will you be my mommy? I'm looking for a mommy. Where are all the mommies?
Wow.
That's it. Yes. A lot of crying.
Yeah, but like AKA, yeah. I mean, yes, I do get the frustration, like we were talking about earlier, of like being alone and not having someone that you could share this with, because it's an important part of all of us, and whether we accept it or not, we're stuck with what we enjoy and what we don't enjoy, and you can't really change a lot of that. You can get experience to what you know is out there, and what in your realm of like sexual, or if you play sexually or if you don't play sexually, but like being in an age play relationship in general, like a lot of people don't really even know that exists.
They don't know it exists, and that's one of the issues, and it's also a solution. So
don't be annoying and write on other people's
But I don't know what they're
pictures
trying to accomplish, because in their minds, I'm like, do they just think that there's a whole lineup of women and men that are like, I just want to be a mommy, and I'm just looking for a boy.
On other people's threads.
On other people's threads that, I'm looking at their profile, they have no fucking picture.
Right, yeah.
They only have crotch shots.
Yeah, that's
and all I see of them is them whining that they want a mommy. That all these women are just online, on the fetish sites, watching these videos, going, oh my goodness, this is my dream baby.
I'm sure there are some women out there like that, but that is very few and far in between.
It is.
From my experience.
Exactly, that's the thing. It's very few and far between.
Yeah.
That doesn't just exist. This huge room full of like available mommies.
Right, and some of them are pro mommies too. And so like we were talking earlier, it's like, some of those women will be interested in, is this thing on? Hello. Will be interested in that dynamic if they know it exists, but like the ones that do know it exists, like if they're not so much into it, I've seen them be like, well, I'll be a pro mommy then, because I know what guys will like, this sort of stuff. But some women aren't as open-minded, I would say.
But is it that, or is it because they just don't know what's out there?
I think you're
what
right
availability is out there, and what kinks are out there, what lifestyles are out there. They don't know, because most of the mommies that I've seen, like in the community, and also that I've heard on podcasts, they were brought into the lifestyle. They were introduced to it. By someone they're seeing.
Right, like boyfriend or a husband or something like that.
Yeah, just someone they're dating, seeing, friend, whatever. So they don't know. So stop just saying, oh, I want a mommy, just to manifest out of thin air, because that's not going to happen.
Well, not only that too, but if a mommy does see that, they're gonna think that you're very, very needy. And very, very high maintenance, and they may not want to deal with a baby like that.
No.
Who's hitting them up all the time, like, hey, do you want to pick out my diaper? Hey, do you want to pick out my outfit? Hey, what are you doing right now? Hey, what do you tell me what you want to baby me like, or what are you gonna do to me? And like give them like material like that. You know, it's like.
Right. And then that's all they see them as is just a mommy figure to do, like basically
to give,
slave.
give. Yeah.
Basically a slave, like a real mom. Guess what? How many women want that? I mean, maybe there's some percentage that might want that, but they don't know that this is out there. So you just saying that, it doesn't help the situation. It doesn't help educate people.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about maybe possible solutions to that already, or do you want to talk? Okay. I mean, from my own experience, where I've dated mommies and we've had relationships, or daddies or whatever, is I find them already in a kink community power dynamic relationship as it is. Not like a relationship as that, but like I'll meet them. And they're already into like leather, BDSM, if they're like a femdom woman, or like a, master dominant guy. They're more than likely to accept that part of you and be like, okay, well, this isn't my kink, but this gets you off, and I can, make my own way about like how I'm going to make this mine and do it to you. Right.
So they're already aware of the power dynamic because they're in that lifestyle. So that's one good place to look is the kink scene, the BDSM scene.
Yeah, go to local, if you can make it to any big events, like any like leather fest events, events, or like any kink events, if it's into spanking or if it's into whatever it is, there's going to be some sort of power dynamic there with the top and the bottom, the master, the submissive, or dom, slave, whatever you want to say, out of a thesaurus, it means the same thing. It means that you're giving up control to that person and you want to be submissive to them. I mean, in some sort of variation of that, there's always a good spectrum on everybody's point of view, but...
Because it is a power exchange dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, he needs diapers, clearly. He can't control his bowels.
Just sometimes.
Or his bladder. And I can clearly use the bathroom.
So yeah, it could be a power dynamic like that, and you don't always have to have, a romantic relationship with your mommy or daddy. Like it could be, like friends or something like that, and we get to play and have a good time, and I think it's
that caregiver dynamic.
Right, but then like I know myself, and like. Once I share this part of me, it's, like, I'm like, oh, you're my friend, But it's like, I ultimately will feel like somewhat attached, but it's like, I have to realize myself, like, don't get attached. Don't think this is, this is play. It's, this is someone, you can have a good time with, but if you push your own agenda on things and don't let it flow freely, it could, screw up the relationship and your friendship. So just try to keep that in mind too. It's a little
I feel like that's what a lot of littles try to do, especially male littles. They just see a woman as either a mommy or not a mommy. And if they are a mommy, they're going to, like, make them into this role.
Yeah, it's unrealistic.
It's unrealistic. It's not cool because, as a woman, we're fucking human beings first.
Not sexual objects or some sort of object for you to exploit in the way that you want.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and especially if you are a submissive boy as well as being a diaper boy, either DL or AB, giving yourself and being submissive to your caregiver, mommy, dom, whatever you want to call them, it shows a lot more respect, and it makes them feel like they want. I mean, from what I've experienced, they want to do things for you. If you like, cook a meal, make sure the house is clean, or do something nice, like to show them that, like, hey, I want to give something too. It may not be monetary of being like, oh, I can help you out with, buying extra diapers for you or whatever it is. It's like, just doing simple things. The little things really go a long way. So, I mean, just caring about them. Like, hey, how's your day going? I know you said you were frustrated about this and that. Like, I'm here for you, or like, yeah, F that person or whatever, and it's like, you just want to be there and like like ultimately be a good friend and help out any way you can, and not just be like take. Like, what's mommy gonna do for me now?
You know what? I found that other mommies and caregivers, daddies too, they feel like they're not appreciated. I felt that way. I felt that way for a really long time. And I know other people that do too, but I don't know what I want because I'm not sure what I want.
No.
From that. I can't really voice it or really form it into words or thoughts of what I want that other person to do for me, because there really isn't. So one time I asked this daddy, like, if your baby girl, like, never said thank you or never told you that she appreciated all these things you do, would you still do it? And he still said yes. And I think that's just the mentality of, like, someone who is a caregiver and who likes doing those things. They would do it either way. But we don't want to feel like we're being taken advantage of. And that's what
that you're not appreciated.
I feel like, yeah.
It's like I'm doing all this hard work, and you know, I'm wiping your butt, and I'm making sure that you're looking cute, and I'm saying all these nice things to you, and tickling you, and playing with you.
And it's fun,
of course, it's hot and fun, but yeah, like you're the one that's, or the mommies and daddies and whoever's out there are facilitating these things, and it's nice to have that person facilitate your fantasies into something that's real that you would like to enjoy, or you both want to enjoy. And so it's great to have that, like, that caregiver experience there, but just like you're saying, not take it for granted, not like being like, okay, well, you know, what are you gonna do for me now type of thing. It's more like, you know, like, even if you can't voice in words.
I just had a thought.
Let's hear it.
Okay, you know that book about your love languages and how each person has a different love language?
No, I didn't read that one.
Okay, yeah. The love languages. Oh, shut up. Do you want me to read it to you?
No.
It's like service is one of them, gifts is one of them, time spent is one of them, and each person has a different way of showing the other person how they're appreciated. And when you don't understand the other person's love language, then you might feel, oh, this other person doesn't love me or doesn't care about me. Like, mine is definitely not gifts, but like, let's say you were buying me gifts, right? Then I wouldn't feel like you cared about me back because I don't see the value in gifts. I see the value in, say, time spent.
It's like you could be like, well, I'm just gonna go pick this up at the store real quick. Like, this will be okay. Everything will be fine then.
Right. Yeah.
But it's like you're saying, it's about the time space. You know, just being able to be there and like hang out and like talk and just be a part of your life.
So it's important, I think, maybe to talk about the love languages and how you express appreciation and love for another person to make sure the other person understands that you're trying to tell them that. And
that communication is very key in any relationship, but especially these types of relationships, you know, power exchange relationships. Like, it's like you need to have like a PhD in communication. You know, it's like you have to communicate on so many different levels. And it's like...
And guys and girls communicate differently.
Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah. And it's hard. Like, sometimes it's hard being a guy with, like, you just like... Well, not hard being a guy, but like feeling these feelings, and then a lot of like the way, you know, people in society and families feel like you know, men can't cry or can't express certain feelings, and a lot of guys get so frustrated that they can't. I do. I'm not like that. I'm just saying some boys, I don't cry all the time, just when I'm upset and stuff, and getting spanked and other things.
And when you're in trouble. That's all the time.
Yeah. No, I'm not always in trouble. Some events that go on out of here that are kinky events.
Oh,
like
yeah,
Sin the City and other...
building blocks. There's like classes. Go to events, number one, right? Go to live events if you can, and be yourself.
Yeah, if you are allowed to be in like fetish gear, then you can wear like onesie and like some short alls and like thick diapers and stuff like that with pacifier and be cute. People will actually get drawn to that, and they'd be like, well, what is this about? Especially if they're in the kink community as it is. They'll be like, how do you, you know, like, what's your viewpoint on like how you, like, I wouldn't say getting off on this so much, but yeah, like, how are you like enjoying this?
Right.
And if you're able to convey, how you feel during this time and like how like your mindset is on age play or diapers or whatever it is, then I think they could be like, oh, okay, like I can understand that. And you educate them to where they're like,
education.
It may not be my thing, whatever. Like armpits aren't my thing, but people get off on sniffing them and licking them and stuff. It's like, okay, I can understand how it would be hot.
But it's just learning. It's about learning about these things.
Oh, that's there. I didn't know that.
Right.
Or
and that's
popping
the thing.
balloons or
And that's the thing is that people don't know. Women just aren't lining up to be mommies because it's not a check box that's in the dating profile. They don't know that. And the only way they can know is through being shown and education. That's it.
Totally.
Right.
And we all have to be the educators here. We all have to put on a good face for the community so that, it's not so much like a stigma, to be like, oh, well, like they're wearing diapers, they're weird, or, like they, whatever it is, people aren't always going to understand your point of views, and that's okay. They don't have to.
Okay.
But,
but
just
give them room to ask questions.
Yeah, let them learn, because they might actually enjoy it. You may meet some really cute, men and women out there that are just like, oh my gosh, you're the cutest thing ever. I totally changed your diaper. And it'd be like, okay, cool. But at least you get to know them, and they could be like, what's your name? This is what I'm, I went to school here, or I grew up here, and just talk about whatever, so they could be like, okay, this person's cool. And then maybe the second time,
establish yourself as a normal, grown-up, interesting
like, this is what I work, and this is what I do, and like, I like going to, taking a 4-wheel out, or I like going mudding, or I like, just floating on the river or whatever. And it's like, those things are, basic things that all relationships need, which is that base to build off of. You can base it on diapers, but I don't really feel that it would last as long as you would want, because you can only do so much stuff, until like, hey, well, mommy has to go to work, or daddy has to go to work, and then, like you have to communicate on different levels. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I was going to point out that not all women are mommies. Like, there's other roles for women, too. And I feel like a lot of, especially guys, that's the only word they use. But I don't identify as a mommy first. I identify as a diaper pervert. And then sometimes the other things, but not all the time.
They would say, hey, lady. But
I don't think women should be pressured into feeling that's the only role there are for them. Because there really isn't. Don't. Yeah. You could be a cop. You can
be a babysitter. They could be an auntie. They
exactly.
Could, I mean, you could. Yeah, they can have little cute names, or if they just want to be some women, especially dominant women, want to be referred to as ma'am or things like that. And it's like, depending on their comfort level and how they want to be, you could always ask them, like, how do you want me to address you? Like, how would you?
Or they don't know.
Yeah, and it's always good to ask. Just ask. The worst that can happen. I mean, some people get like offended at some of the smallest things, but if they're a level-headed dom, then they will not get all like distraught and underwear in a bunch because you're like, what do you want me to call you, or like, how do you want me to address you? Like, that's it's a sign of respect. Like, you want to get to know that person and be like, hey, I don't want to like piss you off and shit, so like, I'm not a good mind reader, so I can't.
But then also protocol too. There's a lot of people that don't know protocol. Like, I would want someone to ask me that. We're talking about how do they even meet the women, right? Not like an actual relationship, or we gotta take baby steps first. Baby steps.
I'm leaping here.
Right, so we're talking about guys are like, I just want a mommy. And hijacking other people's fucking threads.
Yeah.
So, what should they do? What are the baby steps? Okay, number one, go to
FetLife.
Go to FetLife.
Yep. Make a profile there.
What should the profile look like?
Maybe a face picture. If you don't want to do a face picture, do like neck down or blur your face or something like that. But don't, like you were saying, don't do all crotch shots. Maybe have like one or two in there if you really want, but like do your crotch and then your butt, so it like looks like you're trying to show the whole diaper, and then that might look a little bit better. But like, do some cutesy ones with some clothes on, stuff like that. Just so they can see, like, if you're playful or
and
just
there's
cuddly.
ways to, like, curate a picture to show your other interests, to, like, have things in the picture, do something funny, you know, like while you're cooking or while you're doing something else.
Yeah.
Not just, like, a boring, you know,
Yeah,
like 5 shots of this. It's still kind of a crotch shot. But have your personality show
Correct.
through so we can see, like, what your interests are. Like, do you like hiking? Do you like these outdoor things? Do you play guitar?
Oh, I'd like to also interject a little bit. Don't type baby talk.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
women really don't like that one.
No.
It just seems like they're, like you said, fulfilling some sort of role. You're not actually going to be involved in some sort of relationship. It's just like,
exactly, yeah.
it's like I'm a prop here. It's
yeah. Well, then you can pay me.
Right, exactly.
Right.
And if that's the case too, like that's another thing is like
That's
I
fine.
have gone to pro mommies before, and it's like it's not a bad thing. Everyone needs to pay their bills, and if you want someone that's not going to have some sort of emotional, where you know it's not going to be emotionally attaching,
Right.
You know, then you can
Or you
have your
just want
fun.
to play out a fantasy. Curate good pictures. Maybe have a nice vanilla face picture. Because when I'm checking out diaper boys online, which I do, I want to see if they're good looking. I want to see if they're into the same interests as I am.
Yeah.
Period. And I want to see that they're an interesting human person with different types of pictures and not just, here I am in a onesie and a diaper. That's it.
Right.
That's all you have. And yeah, no baby talk.
Yeah, like a picture of you hiking or something.
Yeah.
Or like on a
Right.
I don't know, go on a slide somewhere and have someone like take a picture, or like climb a tree or something, like something cute like that. That would be something different. I haven't seen many pictures like that, you know?
Right. And finish your profile.
Oh yeah, make sure you write something and write it, spell check it.
There.
Just put it on
Yeah.
Word document, spell check everything, make sure it looks good, so it doesn't look like
Right.
you don't know what you're talking about, and
Right.
you can't carry on an intelligent conversation.
This is what I don't reply to. Hey,
Sup?
sup, what are you doing? How are you? Hi, how are you? I don't even answer that. I don't fucking even look at it. You wasted my time already. Want to be my mommy? Don't even look at that.
Do I change my diaper?
No. Nope. Or if they send unsolicited pics, nope, nothing. All your pics should be like on your profile already. And if I want to see other pictures, I'm going to ask you. So this is what I do reply to. Interesting, real questions, real conversation. I reply to actual, real conversation all the time. And I've made a lot of online friends. So if you talk to me and like you watch one of my videos and then you make a comment about it, like, oh yeah, I've seen this haunted house, I've been to this one, what do you think of this one? It's a real actual conversation with the open-ended question. And it shows that you actually pay attention. We might
Read
have
their profile?
Yeah, you read my fucking profile, you watched some of my fucking videos. Like, and I flirt with cute diaper boys all the time. All the time. And I have to see that you're cute. I have to see almost right away that you're cute. I've met quite a few diaper boys just talking about cars. Like,
yeah, I mean, everyone has their thing. Yeah, maybe it's just sports or whatever. And there's maybe mommies that aren't into X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could at least read their profile and say, oh, there's a talking point there.
Right.
There's something there. Okay, and then write them saying, hey, how are you doing? I'm baby Donny. I, live in Las Vegas, and I enjoy this and this. I read your profile, and I really like it. I enjoy, you said this, and I enjoy this too, or what are your thoughts on this?
yes, or a debating point.
Hope you're having a great day.
Yeah.
Sincerely or respectfully.
But a real conversation, not just like, hey, how are you?
If you have personality and you're fun to be around, then to me, like, I'd rather be with someone that I enjoy on that level than if they're hot. Like,
right, yeah, I don't give a shit about looks.
No, there's some hot boys and girls out there that are ugly on the inside because they're so pretentious. Comment on pictures and things like that if you're not commenting creepy.
Yes,
like,
real
I'm gonna put my face in that or something like don't do that. Or like we were saying before, like
I have done this.
Or if somebody's like,
I'll be like, I want to sniff your diaper.
Yes, but I mean, of course, it's different when it's the mommy's point of view.
Is
Someone's
it?
right.
Am I not creepy? I want to
it
be
would be
fucking
creepy, but I think that it would be good, like a good creepy almost in a way. You're kind of like, oh well, because like you're saying, there's not that many mommies out there, and for a mommy to go ahead and comment on your picture, you're probably gonna be like, oh hey, what's going on?
Right. I'm invincible. I can pretty much be as creepy as I want, and you're still gonna talk to me.
Yeah.
I can be as weird.
You'd be like, yeah, sure, go ahead and smell it.
Now let's try and think of some out of the box ways to meet women that could be potential mommies. What about caregivers?
Yeah, I mean, like
nurses.
Oh, that would be cool, because most nurses are kinky as it is.
Really?
I think most nurses are sadistic. I've dated a few nurses, men and women, and they've always like loved spanking me, and I'm like, yeah, that's the worst thing ever.
A spanko.
Oh, that would be another cool one.
Yeah.
But I was even saying too before was like wear like a t-shirt that's like cute a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe a cartoon shirt. Yeah, something like that.
Snoopy shirt.
Right. And wear that out. Like I'll get like I have a Reptar shirt, and like I got like a few comments, some like guys and girls were like, "That's a really cute shirt."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Like this whole thing, you know. But like, it's,
but if they think it's
that's
cute,
a talking point. Boom, right there. They could be like, "Okay, well, that's kind of like a foot in the door." You can be like, "Well, maybe I might be able to turn you, or educate you." I should say.
And they should want to desire that feeling to want to nurture.
Yeah, and you make it fun and playful, and you know, it's a little bit embarrassing wearing that out, but that's half the fun of being a little is being embarrassed a little bit. And you can, you know, don't have a really thick diaper on as you're going out, but like something a little bit more. Sometimes it's fun to like bend over a little bit and like, oh shit, like oh no, like my diaper's showing back here. And as long as you're not like pushing it on anyone and like pulling your pants down or like anything ridiculous, then you're fine. But something cute like that might be good. But would that like I mean, where would you think besides a hospital setting?
Besides the hospital, the nurses' convention.
Right. Besides that, I would think, I don't know, just think about women that are in charge more, that have that maternal instinct of like maybe teachers or
empty nesters. I knew someone who like had like a friend or neighbor that was an empty nester, and he introduced her to it.
That's cool.
And she took to it because she loved the nurturing part.
Yeah.
She misses that.
And then you're going to have a lot of different responses. There's not everyone's going to be like, yeah, this is the greatest thing ever, or like, this is something I want to do with you. Just be prepared that sometimes you may get rejected and there may be harsh words used, but you know, like, this is what we're trying to work for here as being part of this community, is get, you know, diaper play and adult baby play normalized in a way, like I guess more like in the spotlight, like you were saying. Like we need to have a good face forward for everybody.
Because people don't know unless they see it. And where are the places that they see it? Fictional television, which is always horrible. They always have
Jerry Springer or some sort of talk show.
Yeah, and that's it.
Right, that's pretty much all.
Like Stanley Thornton, the really big one.
Right. But like I'm saying, like we need to have a good representation, all of us together. Like if, you know, just be proud of who you are, and if you don't have to wear, you know, a bunch of baby clothes and be walking around with a pacifier in your mouth, like I said, put on a cute t-shirt and some shorts or something like that, and you know, go shopping, you know what I'm saying? And that's another good place, right?
Oh wait, I had an idea. On Halloween, that is acceptable to dress like a baby.
That's the only time of year I can really do that.
Yes, and if a girl approaches you and
that
is
would
like,
be great.
"Do you use your diapers?" and is like checking you,
you're like, do you need a diaper change? Like, I just might actually.
Right, like you got a random diaper change on the street, a Folsom Fair, right? Yeah. From a non-ABDL girl. And how did what happened there? Well,
it was actually, she was a little.
Oh, okay.
But she saw that I was in little gear, and she's like, she wasn't in little gear. She was in like leather, and so that she's like, oh, I like diapers too. But then like there were girls there that were not ABDL that I was walking around, and they were like, "You're cute. I would change your diaper." And it's like, I could have. I was dating daddy at the time, so like I wasn't about to be like, "Hey, what's up, ladies?" But like, still, you know, it's nice to have that like response where you're like, okay, I feel validated in who I am and that I'm accepted for that. Like Folsom Street Fair, that's a big one. I'm sure there's tons of gay events around town where they have like fetish night, like gear night, that sort of thing. Like there's one out here, they have gear night, I think it's like every first Friday of the month. But like once things start opening up, like go to those places and like keep your diaper, you know, up a little bit. Maybe wear like a shirt that like if you bend over it'll show, and like wear like
or just have a binky,
or something like that. Yeah,
like that.
I mean, if you are daring enough, you can go in total baby gear.
Yeah,
but just be prepared because everyone's going to be like looking at you because you'll probably be one of the only ones there. Yeah. So sometimes it's good if you have some ABDL friends to like dress up and go in a group. Like we had gone to Palm Springs for the diaper in the desert thing. And there was like about maybe 10 or 12 of us boys, all in diapers and t-shirts and shoes and socks, and we didn't have any pants on, of course, you just had diaper showing, and all these leather daddies were like all over us because they were like, what is this? How are you getting into this? Like, how do you get off on this?
And they're asking questions,
they
and you're educating. Same with Diaper Active too. I saw quite a few non-ABDL guys there.
Because they opened the bar to other patrons as well.
And they were curious. They were, and so be available to answer real questions and educate people.
It is a little bit embarrassing, but like you know, it's power through it. You're good. You know,
do you get embarrassed?
I do. I still do because I'm like, are you just like asking me to like kind of be a jerk? Are you asking me because you're really serious, or like how are you approaching me? But you can just spring. If they were asking, then I just like let it go, and I'm like, all right, this is what it's about, and you may get some weird looks like, okay, or you might get some guys that are like, that's hot, or girls that are like, that's hot. Like, okay, I can understand that.
Halloween night. Do it for the costume contest.
Yeah, I mean, like when you wake up on Halloween day, that's what I'd be dressing up as normally. I'd be like, oh, it's all day Halloween. Oh, I'm going to a party. I'm going to a costume party. You can even do costume party. You could, like that excuse could be used for a lot of things.
Yes.
Like, it's a costume party I'm going to. Like, it's not around Halloween. Yeah, I know, but we're just kind of getting into, you know, different funny costumes.
Right.
And, you know, I'm the baby, well, you know, and it's like, it's silly, but it's there are excuses out there. And then, like, I get normally, we're getting off topic. So
what about DLs? What about the DLs? How do you think they should, because that's different.
I would think that that's more of like, kind of like we're talking about, like getting to know someone. Right. You don't really even have to bring up diapers yet, you know? But then once they, you know, get to know you, then be like, hey, this is what I'm into. And, you know, and as long as they...
just telling them. And just being honest.
It's like, I just get off on having it touch my body and, you know, being in them makes me feel good and makes me feel happy and cute. And, you know, that's kind of where I would kind of go. But
one advice for that, because I like playing with DLs more, is I like pee first. So maybe find a girl who's into pee.
Pee play would be another thing.
Grossed out about it, then they'd be more open to.
That's another good one. I didn't even think about that one.
Yes, because that's how I got into it.
Even in guys too, like there's a lot of piss boys, you know, and like guys that are like golden showers, blah, blah, blah. And like that's definitely something if you are looking for guys too, like doesn't matter which way you're going, you're still going to find men and women that are interested in peeing on people or whatever, you know.
The core interests are the same.
We're all a whole community here. We all have to be able to communicate together, and hopefully, you know, during this time we're get to hang out with you guys in your home.
Yeah, and stay busy. There's a lot of online stuff going on too in the ABDL community, so join in on that. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.